Here we are at floor 101, continuing on with Abyss trying to waste 0 units along the way. This comp was taken from Amazingly Average. He uploaded this quite a while ago. I'll put that video in the description for anybody who wants to watch that too. It's Ras, Montmorancy, Kiris, and Iseria, 4 units that we will be using or have already used before, so no wastage here. Kiris is the only one that we stop using pretty soon, right after 102 or maybe 103. We'll stop using her, but only a 3-star, so cheap to invest in. Great team, great find by him. Let's take a look at everyone's stats. First up is Ross. You just give him the plus 15 HP gear from Path of Air. Just give him a bunch of bulk. I even gave him POV just because this floor does a ton of damage already. So him trying to survive is the hard part, especially because Montmorancy's healing can leave a bit to be desired, especially if you're not running a healing artifact. So for his skill tree, we can just follow it like this. The ones that we skipped was the S1 damage, and then this FRES one, which 5 FRES isn't that bad. Could consider picking up it eventually, I just don't want to do it right now. So now we've also got Montmorancy. I also just have her on plus 15 HP gear. I think this was the ones from early Path of Air. Whatever has high FRES, you can just give it to her. We can't hit 200 with our gear, but that's fine. As close as we can get. And then Magaraha's Tomb, or Rod of Amaryllis, or Unfading Memories for her artifact. Max her S2 and S3 just for the extra healing. And her skill tree is pretty cheap. Mainly you want to hit pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, like that. The other ones that we skipped, this one is a bit of damage reduction from like normal mobs, but she's not getting hit that much. And then FRES for allies, same as Ross, I'm just skipping it for now because it costs a lot of runes. Additional debuff, it's RNG, so I'm just skipping it. And then this is also RNG, so I'm skipping it. And then we have Kiris for her skills. I just went for the effect chance on her S1. -1 turn, -1 turn. This S1 one isn't too mandatory, I just think it was cheap to pick up, so I just did it. And then for Awakens, I also only 4-star Awakened her, because I think this was like the last useful stat that she gets. It's effectiveness. She gets effectiveness at 6 as well, but you only need a lot of effectiveness in 102. So for 101, you don't need this. Maybe for 102, just check if you need it first, like with your gear. And then for her actual gear, just give her a bit of effectiveness. I just gave her enough main ring. And then the rest of her stuff is just speed gear. Is this worth reforging? Not really. We won't reforge that. I gave her Warhorn just for the cycling. Not too many artifacts to put on her, really, so I'm just working with this. And now we have Iseria. For Iseria, kind of just her normal gear, it's just speed with some effectiveness. Her artifact, Song of Stars, doesn't really do much here, but I don't know what else to give her, so I'm just leaving it. That's it for the team, and now we can get on with the stage. So the main thing here is, at the end of its 7th turn, it gets Berserk, and this also makes Furious summon Elite Soldiers at the start of the next battle, so we want to kill this guy a little bit faster. We'll start off with S1, or S3 into S1. We land all 3 poisons, which is nice. This floor 1 does spam a lot of debuffs, so it's pretty nice having Montmorancy, and unfortunately we got silenced, so we can't reset Kiris. We'll just S2 here to get the debuff increase. And we can heal up this area real quick. Montmorancy can cleanse. Iseria got stunned anyways, but Kiris got pushed ahead of her. So now, once he gets below 50% HP here, one thing you want to keep in mind is that when you hit him, he will get a big barrier, which is why I'm going to use Iseria S3 here, just to hopefully land the unbuffable on him. He did, which is nice. Now, if I hit him, he will get the barrier. The barrier is listed here. When an ally's attack is 50% or less after being attacked, it's barrier for 1 turn. And barrier can only be granted once per ally. We're only hitting him, so he's only ever going to be the one below 50%. And we can just hopefully finish him off. We need to land at least 2 burns, or 2 poisons, and he'll be done the next turn. Or, actually no, this is the marker for 30%. He'll be done very soon. Unfortunately, we procced the Ras barrier early, but not much we can really do about that. You also do want to hold some of your skills once he's guaranteed dead. There's not really any point in spamming. Oh, that was a mistake. I should have just ignored him there. Because hitting him is what makes him get that barrier. We'll see if we can strip it with Ras or not. Nice. That was lucky that I managed to hit him. But it's fine. We can just wait for him to take his turn, then he'll die. And now we are on to Furious. So Furious, when he drops below 70% and 40%, or rather if you attack him when he's below those points, since Poison's going to drop him below that without us hitting him, he's going to give everybody 3 skill nullifiers, and we have to use AoEs to remove them. Which means that we want to hold our main AoEs, which is going to be Kiris S2, Ras S3, and Arky. Beyond that, there's one more thing you want to be careful of, which I will save until we actually get there. Let's heal Iseria. That also means you do want to save most of your souls, so that we can have enough for Arky. So here he is below 70%. The next time we hit him, he will go into his new phase. So one thing we do want to keep in mind is that his S3, if he uses it and an ally has skill nullifier, everybody gets greater attack buff, which means that when you are moving him into this phase below 70%, you want to make sure that he's not about to S3, or if he is about to S3, that your Ras, your Kiris, and somebody to use Arky will all go before he takes a turn. So we can take a look at our CRs right now. If I attack with Ras here, he'll go into the phase, but I'm going to wait a little bit. We're just gonna hold on for a little bit. So I'm going to hit him with Iseria here. And I'm going to heal Ras here, because Montmorancy is going to get CR pushed up, so Iseria would go anyways. We can use our first AoE. Second AoE. And I can either heal here, or I can let Iseria do it. I can't read his skills. I'm not sure if he CR pushes on S1. Kiris does have speed buff. I'm just gonna Arky to be safe. So now, I'm gonna use Iseria S3 just to strip these buffs. So that was honestly pretty lucky that Ras did not just die there, because he got death broken. But we did manage to somehow survive that. Not sure if we'll continue surviving, because Montmorancy is not going to be able to cleanse that unhealable. Well, we will see how it goes. You do want to, of course, he's going to be below 40% soon, and you kind of want to wait until he is, or all of your cooldowns are back up before you use your stuff. 2 turns, 1 turn, but I might reset Montmorancy here. I'm going to reset Montmorancy here so I can actually save Ras. And then I'm just going to... Do I need to soul burn this? I don't. Me not soul burning there just opens up the possibility of going for double Urki in the 40% phase if I need to. So now again, we can hit him. He still has 1 turn left on his S3. We could double Urki and then Kiris S3 would break it. So let us just do that. Urki once. I could also heal Ras here. I could heal Ras here and then have Ras or Iseria, assuming if Ras dies, then Iseria would be the one to use this last Urki. We're going to see if we can keep Ras alive. He is dead. That got a little bit closer. We just barely cut, but we can just use Urki here. So we'll heal up this area here. And we are good to go. Once Kiris takes a turn, he will die. And that's floor 101 cleared.